Now today we are going to start our topic drug receptor theories. The basic objective behind this chapter, drug receptor theory, to understand about the different theories regarding drug receptor interaction and what is the learning outcomes or origins of the various receptors and classify their category and different bond between the drug receptor complex. Mean to say that what kind of bonding has formed between drug and receptor we can understand in this topic. Actually pharmacodynamic, it's come under pharmacodynamic. In previous section we have discussed about pharmacokinetic. Pharmacokinetic means what the body does with drug. So in this chapter we have discussed about ADME, absorption, distribution, metabolism and elimination. Now in pharmacodynamic, what would we study? In pharmacodynamic we have seen that how the drug react with the body and what kind of effect we have seen in this case. So first of all we need to understand about their bonding. So in this case drug and receptor are going to interact. What is the theory and how they are going to interact? The Lenderje in 1878 he gives a concept between drug and receptor theory. And what is drug and receptor theory means? There is the drug and there is the receptor. When the drug is going to bind with the receptor, then it form a complex, drug receptor complex, and after that it will produce therapeutic effect. Here you can say effect may be positive, effect may be negative. Whatever the effect has been done, it is depend upon the property of drug. So first of all we needs to understand by this diagram the drug will bind on ligand binding domain. On ligand binding domain the drug is going to bind K1 and K2. They are the they seen that their binding and initiation of the reaction means reaction move towards positive side, and after binding with the drug to the particular ligand binding domain, you can say receptor, it will form drug receptor complex. If the drug is removed, then the domain becomes separate out. But once the drug receptor will bind, then they will produce effect. Now there are some key points. Force involving the binding of drug receptor. The driving force of drug receptor interaction can be considered as a low energy state drug receptor complex, whereas K on is the rate constant for the formation of drug receptor complex, which is depend on the concentration of drug and receptor. K off means the rate constant is for breakdown of the complex, and it's depend on the concentration of drug receptor complex as well as some other forces which may, if the drug having like positive action, positive type of attraction, and domain shows negative type of attraction, then they will be bind, and if they have same type of charges, then they may replace. That is the called K-off effect. And the biological activity of drug is related to its affinity for the receptors, that is the stability of drug receptor complex. The stability is commonly measured by the difficult for the complex is dissociation, which is measured by the KD and dissociation. There are some kind of bondings. We can say there are some kind of bond which is formed during the interaction involving in the drug receptor complex. First is covalent bond. Covalent bond, it is the strongest bond between drug and receptor. It is not irreversible type. Irreversible type means not as that the drug is going to bind with the receptor and after some time it will be dissociate. No, they having strongest bond, covalent bond, and we can see in case of pralidoxime, pralidoxime bind with the receptor and it will form covalent bond. Next one, ionic interaction. Ionic interaction it is formed between the two ions. You can say ionic bond is going to form. Ion dipole and dipole interaction, it is weaker bond. Dipole interaction and ion dipole interaction, there is the weaker interaction. You can say weaker interaction bond. It may K of effect has been shown. Hydrogen bonding is formed between the hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen. They are the compound which showing hydrogen bonding. And the hydrogen bond, once the hydrogen bond is also weak bond, and it may occur after some time. It will may break down after giving some kind of energy. And charge transfer interaction, hydrophobic interaction, and van der Waal interaction. All these kind of bonding has been occur in some cases of the drug, but generally we can see ionic bond and ion dipole bond interaction has been seen in most of the cases. Now, development of drug receptor theories mean to say that what is drug receptor theory and how it is formed. So Langley, he is a scientist in 1878. He gave a concept counter current of atropine with the pilocarpine in saliva secretion. When we can see pilocarpine, it is a cholinergic drug, while atropine, it is an anticholinergic drug. Pilocarpine bind with the muscarinic receptor and it releases saliva in the patient when we are going to treat eye treatment. And during that time, if we are giving atropine reduces the mouth saliva secretions. So he gave a concept to counter for the this effect. And he's also giving intercounter to tuberculin with the nicotine. In the same case, nicotinic receptors, tuberculin act on nicotinic receptor in case of skeletal muscles, receptive substances. Then Enrich gave a theory, key and lock theory for receptors. Means, what is this theory? According to Enrich, the drug act as a key and receptor act as a lock. And once the key insert into the lock, it will open the lock and mean to say that the drug bind with the receptor and open the receptor, and receptor performing their function. So this according to this theory, key and lock theory. But this theory is not considered after some time. And Clark's, he is a scientist, he gives a theory on acetylcholine on heart contraction. He gives acetylcholine dose of 1 mg per ml, and he see that if the 1% receptors are occupied, then the therapeutic effect will be shown as compared to 99% receptor are occupied. So Clark's failed this theory and he gave another theory. Dale's, Alquist, Gordon, Schilt, and Sutherland et al. They are also giving the theory on drug receptor interaction. The receptor theory was proposed by the Alfred Joseph Clark. The theory of drug receptors on occupation of receptor on a specific drug in the cellular functions can be altered by the interaction of the receptor with the drug. Mean to say that the interaction between drug and receptor governed by the law of action. Law of action means the rate at which a new drug receptor complex are formed is proportional to the concentration of drug. Means how much amount of drug are available and how much amount of receptors are available. These when the drug and receptor both are usually meet, you can say the drug receptor complex are formed, and the therapeutic effect depend upon the formation of drug receptor complex. This equation is derived from the Langmuir absorption isothermal and the interaction of drug receptor towards the association with the rate constant and reverse the dissociation process. It has been accepted that the occupation of the receptor is essential, but it is not sufficient to elect a response. Agonist must be induced conformation change. Mean to say that The receptor occupation theory says that if the drug bind with the receptor and change the conformation of receptor, it is essential. If the conformation of receptor is not changed, then the therapeutic effect is not produced. It must be the drug bind with the receptor and change induce in the conformation change in the receptor. There are some also other theories like occupation theory, which we have discussed, rate theory, the induced fit theory of enzyme substrate interaction, macromolecular perturbation theory, activation aggregation theory, two-state model of the receptor activation, and other theories, the receptor cooperative model and mobile receptor model. But the most important and most valuable theory is induced fit model, या induced fit theory or enzyme substrate interaction. The occupation theory in 1926, uh, the drug act on independent binding sites and activation them, the resulting in a biological response. Mean to say that drug act independent binding site means receptor sites and activate them, resulting a biological response that is proportional to the amount of drug receptor complex formed. Mean to say that how much amount of drug is available, how much amount of receptors are available, and once the drug and receptors are bind, they produce therapeutic response. That is called drug receptor interaction. Yeah, you can say drug receptor complex are formed. On the basis of drug receptor complex form, they produce response. That is called occupation theory. The response ceases once the complex is dissociated. Mean to say that the therapeutic effect will break when the drug receptor complex will break. If the complex is dissociated, that time the response is stopped. Intensity of pharmacological effect is directly proportional to the number of receptor occupied. There is the very simple statement by the occupation theory. Intensity of pharmacological effect is directly proportional to the receptor occupied. Means if the receptor are not occupied with the drug, then they are unable to produce effect. And another thing, if the drug receptor complex is formed, then it will produce response. That is the main motto of occupation theory. The response is proportional to the fractions of occupied receptor. Maximum response occur when all receptors are occupied. Doesn't rationalize how two drugs can occupy. This theory has some drawback. This can't be rationalized that two drugs can occupy the same receptor and act differently. In this case, this theory can't give the explanation that if the two drugs can occupy the same receptor and how the receptor can act differently. Now, another theory is rate theory. Rate theory is also somewhat same concept regarding occupation theory. The response is proportional to the rate of drug receptor complex are formed. It is also says same thing as compared to occupation theory. Activation of receptor is proportional to the number of encountered of drug with the receptor per unit time. Activation of receptor is proportional to the total number of encountered of a drug with its receptor per unit time. According to view, the duration of receptor occupation determine whether the molecule is agonist, partial agonist, or antagonist. According to this view, it gives a separate part of this theory. The receptor occupation determines that whether the molecule means it's totally depend upon drug. The drug may agonist, drug may partial agonist, drug may antagonist. If the drug has such kind of category, then it will depend upon the binding of receptor and produces response. But this theory doesn't rationalize why the different type of compound exhibit characteristic to do. Mean to say that ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है? Why this kind of theory has been failed? Because it never give the explanation regarding different type of compound exhibit that kind of characteristics. Now, induced fit model, induced fit theory. This theory is considered and it is given in 1958, and it is stated that the morphology of the binding site is necessary to the complementary with the even proportion of the conformation change of ligand. Mean to say that if the drug is bind with the receptor, not only it will bind with the receptor and produce response, it will bind with the receptor and how much amount of drug a drug can change the conformation of receptor. If the change in conformation of receptor, then the response is produced. It's depend upon the capacity, you can say efficacy of the drug. If the drug have efficient, a drug have efficacy that it will bind with the receptor and produce change in conformation of receptor, then it will produce response. The conformation change produced by the mutually induced fit in the receptor macromolecules in the translated into the biological effect and eliminated the rigid and absolute key lock concept of earlier times. Agonist induce conformation changes response. Antagonist doesn't induce conformation change, then no response. Partial agonist induce conformation change, then partial response. Mean to say that this theory gives a clear statement. If the agonist will bind with the receptor, then it will 100% change in conformation of receptor. If the change in conformation of receptor, then it will produce response. Antagonist bind with the receptor, but they are unable to change the conformation of receptor, then no response is produced. Means to say that this theory gives a clear statement. In partial agonist, they will bind with the receptor and slightly they can change the conformation of receptor, not completely change in the receptor. So if the change in conformation in a slight manner, then it will give a partial response. So this theory gives the clear statement regarding agonist, regarding antagonist, then partial agonist. While rate theory is unable to explain all these three terms in a better manner, how the receptors, once the drug is bind to receptor, then it will produce response. This says that, but induced fit model gives a clear statement that if the drug is bind to receptor and change the conformation of receptor, then it will produce response. If the drug is bind with the receptor and not change in the receptor, then no response. That is, if the drug is bind with the receptor and change in slightly, change the conformation change, then it will give partial response. There are induced fit model is widely accepted because of this thing. It gives the clear-cut statement in and explanation of above three terms: agonist, antagonist, and partial agonist. Apart from them, macromolecular perturbation theory is also comes, suggests that when the drug receptor interaction occur, one or two general type of macromolecular perturbation is possible. Specific conformation perturbation leads to biological response. This theory gives support of previous theory. A specific conformation perturbation leads to biological response, that is called agonistic, whereas a non-specific conformation is leads to no response, that is called antagonist. Aronson and Stephenson says that the biological response is directly proportional to the occupied receptor. Stephen and Aronson both are the scientists. They says that if the drug is bind to the receptor, then it will produce the response. Response is function of occupancy. Mean to say that if the drug is bind to receptor, then it will produce response. If the drug is bind with the receptor, then it will produce. It is depend upon the complex of drug and receptor. But the maximum response can be produced without 100% occupation. It says that if the drug maximum response occur when, then 100% receptors are occupancy. That is the tissue have some spare receptors. But tissue have some spare receptor, and that is why the 100% occupation can't be achieved. But this theory become failed due to Dale's vasomotor experiment. In Dale's vasomotor experiment, uh, can't be explained by Aronson and Stephenson theory. Next theory is activation aggregation theory. Activation aggregation theory says that suggests that the drug receptor in the absence of a drug still exists in the equilibrium between the activated state, bioactive state, and inactivated state in bioinactive state. Agonist bind to the activated state and the antagonist to the inactivated state. Activation aggregation theory says that if the receptor are active, then it will give biological response. If receptor are not active, then no biological response is seen. Agonist shift the equilibrium towards the R0 means biological response. Mean to say that if the drug is bind to receptor and it will shift the equilibrium towards the biological response. Antagonist bind to the receptor, but it will not unable to shift the equilibrium towards the biological response. Partial agonist in between no response and response. In between no response and response means in between in between middle response, you can say that is partial response. But this theory is also not applicable because all these are supportive of the receptor occupancy theory. Now two-state multi-state receptor model. It postulates that the receptor, regardless of the presence and absence of ligand, distinct state R and T. T means tense or inactive state, and R means relaxed or active state, which are the equilibrium with each other. The molecular level is conceptual model for of the receptor. These models are emphasized with the fact of the many receptors are not just simple macromolecular which interact with a drug in handle in glove fashion. In the contrary, some drugs, some receptors are extremely dynamic, existing as the family of low energy conformer existing in equilibrium with each other. Other receptors have complex multi-unit structure being composed of more than one protein. There are some terms like affinity, efficacy, potency. What is the meaning of these terms? And ligand. What is the meaning of these terms? Affinity. Affinity measure the propensity of the drug binding to the receptor. Attractiveness of drug and receptor mean to say that there is a capacity of a drug to attract towards the receptor. That is, you can say just simply binding of drug to receptor. That is called affinity. Mean how the drug is going to attract and bind with the receptor. If a drug is going to bind with the receptor, that is called affinity. And efficacy means potential maximum to therapeutic drug can respond response that that can produce. Mean to say that maximum potential maximum is produced. Mean to say that when drug is bind with the receptor, then it is ready to produce therapeutic effect. That is called efficacy. Just don't confuse between affinity and efficacy. Means affinity means capacity to bind with the receptor, and efficacy means when bind with the receptor, it produce conformation change and produce response. That is called efficacy. That is called efficacy. Potency. Potency means amount of drug needed to produce the therapeutic effect. Means how much amount? Means 10 mg, 20 mg, 50 mg, 100 mg. The amount of drug that needed to produce the therapeutic effect. That is called potency. And last one is ligand. Ligand means a molecules that ability to bind with the receptor. You can say simply drug. Drug, it is also called ligand. Means these are the substances which have capacity to bind with the receptor and produce therapeutic response. That is called ligand. Now classification of ligand. In classification of ligand, agonist, partial agonist and antagonist. There are three terms in case of ligand. Agonist means these are the substance which bind with the receptor, means having affinity plus bind with the receptor and produce therapeutic effect, means efficacy, means having affinity plus efficacy, that is called agonist. Partial agonist means they having capacity to bind with the receptor but produce submaximal response, means not produce fully response, that is called partial agonist. And third term is antagonist. Antagonist means they have affinity to bind with the receptor but unable to produce therapeutic response, that is called antagonist. So there are of three terms: agonist, partial agonist and antagonist. So now pharmacologically antagonist and competitive type of antagonist, what is these things which we have discussed now? Drug receptor interaction. First, primarily way of drug receptor drug to produce the action, means primarily way the drug to produce the therapeutic effect. Targeted of drug action like non-specific receptors, neurotransmitter hormone, enzymes transport, ion channel, active transports, and uptake blockers. Now, desensitization of receptors. Sometimes some receptors are desensitized. That time, some terms are using like tachyphylaxis. What is desensitization of receptor? Means when we are giving the agonistic drug continues to the receptor, particular receptor, so the receptor is unable to perform their normal function. Yeah, fully in a fully capacity manner. That is called desensitization. Means if we are giving a 100% drug to agonistic substance to a particular receptor, for continuous we are going to exposure of the receptor to agonistic drug, then receptor is unable to perform their normal function, and receptor the normal performance will decrease. That is called desensitization. Receptor structure change, receptor inactivation, protein inhibitor modifications, and down regulations, receptor endocytosis and degradation. Mean to say that when the receptor is continuous exposure to the agonistic side, then it shows down regulation, which can be seen in this graph. When we are giving a agonistic substance, repeated administration of agonist such as epinephrine, resulting in diminishing the response. Once we are giving the response, the peak is high, and same after some time again epinephrine we are giving, the downfall has been seen after repeating the administration, and after giving some time of gap of this drug, and after that we are giving, it will again achieve the same peak as compared to first peak. So mean to say that desensitization means when we are giving the drug to the particular receptor, then the receptor uh, become down the activity, down regulation has been shown. That is called desensitization of receptor. Now receptor agonist, any drug that bind to the receptor and stimulate its functional activity, like adrenaline. Means agonist, simply I have said that the drug have affinity, means binding with the receptor. Go there is the same thing which comes in the definition, means drug have affinity to bind with the receptor and produce effect, that is called uh, efficacy. The means agonists have both affinity plus efficacy. Drug that cause a response, drug that interact with and activate receptor, they possesses both affinity and efficacy. The types, full agonist. Agonist must have maximal efficacy, means agonist always having affinity plus efficacy. That is why it gives the response. If the drug has affinity plus intrinsic activity, that is called partial agonist. and the agonist with the less than maximum efficacy has affinity with the less intrinsic activity. Now we can see this graph. In this graph, we can see the graph between concentration and log dose. When agonists differ the potency of maximum efficacy, it is depend upon the property of the drug. Now we can see the maximum effect and the time duration. As the time has passed, the drug when the drug is bind with the receptor and produce the response. There is the time period at which the drug is giving the full response, means 100% achievement. That is called full agonist. If the drug receptor is submaximally bind and produce response, that is called partial agonist. If the drug is bind submaximally and produce a little bit downfall, that is partial agonist. Mean to say that and last one is also, we can say, an antagonist, means drug can bind with produce no response. The that one thing is comes in under x-axis only, that is called antagonist. Now receptor antagonist, any drug which can influence the receptor and produce no response, means the drug have affinity to bind with receptor but unable to produce response, that is called antagonist. Next, any drug which can influence the receptor and produce no response, like propranolol. Okay, in propranolol we can see epinephrine and propranolol when we are giving, they shows the competitive type of antagonist, both having antagonist compete with the same receptor side. Actually, competitive antagonist and non-competitive antagonist, they are of two type of antagonists are available. Competitive antagonist and competitive antagonist always have capacity to bind with the same receptor. Mean to say that both drug can compete with the same receptor site. Suppose compound A, histamine, and compound B, ranitidine. Histamine and ranitidine both are bind with the histamine receptor, H1 receptor, H2 receptor. And if histamine is going to bind with the H2 receptor, then it will produce positive response. And if the ranitidine is bind with the H2 receptor, it will stop the function of the receptor, means it will block the site and histamine unable to bind with the H2 receptor. So they act as a competitive type of antagonist. Second thing, non-competitive type. Non-competitive type means drug and antagonist both have differ site to bind with the receptor, and they can change in conformation and block the response. Now, next one thing, in an antagonist interact with the receptor, have affinity but no efficacy. Means have affinity means able to bind with the receptor but not produce therapeutic effect. Block the action of other drug. Block the action of other drug. Mean to say that they block the binding of another drug. Means antagonist bind with the same receptor, and now the site is blocked. The agonistic drug is unable to bind with the same site. Now, non-competitive antagonist. In non-competitive antagonist, drug bind with the receptor and stay bound irreversible. Doesn't let go to the receptor. Produces slightly dextral shift in the agonist drug response curve in the low concentration range. But as more receptors are bound and essentially destroyed. Antagonist effect on drug response curve. In non-competitive type, we can see in non-competitive type, in this curve, we can see in non-competitive type, it is totally depend upon the dose of the antagonist as well as agonist. If the dose of agonist is more as compared to antagonist, then there is no competition, and the effect will be somewhat minimized. Now, agonist versus antagonist. There is simple thing. The 8 competitive antagonists and 2 agonists. Then response is very less produced. Increasing the agonistic concentration, then the response effect is more. Increasing the agonistic concentration on higher as compared to antagonist, then the therapeutic response effect is more. Non-competitive type, in non-competitive antagonist, antagonists affect the receptor function. In this case, in non-competitive type, non-competitive never compete with the same receptor. They compete with the they bind with the another receptor site, and they will produce therapeutic response. And in this case, agonistic compound always bind with the receptor and produce response. We can see in this slide, there are 4 competitive sites, 5 competitive agonistic substance. They can bind and produce response. And once the non-competitive antagonist is available, which is bind with the receptor, it will not produce therapeutic response. Now, look at in this slide, receptor. Receptor, it is a proteinous substance. And in proteinous substance, what would be seen? In proteinous substance, these are the proteinous substance which is responsible for therapeutic effect. So when in a case of agonist, which bind with the receptor, it act by the help of some transduction mechanism. It's there are 4 type of mechanism we can see when agonistic bind with the receptor. Ion channel receptors are available, and they will activated enzyme activation or inhibition process, and ion channel modulation and DNA transcription process is occur. And in case of antagonist, when antagonist is going to bind with the receptor, the effect of agonist is blocked. If the agonist effect is blocked, then patient is unable to get therapeutic response. Now we can see some multiple choice questions regarding this chapter in pharmacodynamic. In pharmacodynamic, first of all, what would we study? We have studied regarding drug receptor interaction, drug receptor theories. In drug receptor theories, in occupation theory, what would we see? In occupation theory, we will see that drug is going to bind with the receptor and produce response. But this theory is unable to explain the definition of agonistic, partial agonistic, and antagonistic. But Stephenson and Aronson equation says that it is depend upon the therapeutic effect is depend upon the drug concentration, means concentration directly proportional to the therapeutic response. Mean to say that in this case, receptor must be 100% occupied, but it's not essential. But this theory is also unable to explain the now now the next one theory. In this theory, what would we see? The conformation change in receptor. If according to Iliosuit model, if the receptor conformation is changed, then therapeutic response is produced. In this case, what would we see? In first case, if the drug is bind with the receptor and it will change in conformation fully, then 100% therapeutic effect will seen, which we can say that is the agonistic compound. If the drug is bind with the receptor, is unable to change in conformation of receptor, that is called antagonist. And third one thing, if the drug is bind with the receptor and unable to change the conformation, yeah, you can say slightly change in conformation, it is called partial agonist. And apart from that, we have discussed regarding uh, competitive antagonist and non-competitive type of antagonist. Competitive, you can say competition between same receptor side, means agonist and antagonist both run for particular receptor for binding. And if the agonist is bind with the receptor, it will produce therapeutic response, and if the antagonist is bind with the receptor, then it will block the site for binding of agonist, and it will this receptor is not in working. And now last one thing we have discussed regarding down regulation. What is down regulation? When agonistic substance is continued comes in contact with the same type of receptor, then the receptor efficacy become down. That is called desensitization of the receptor, and the down regulation has been seen. uh, these are the general introduction regarding drug receptor theories and drug receptor complexes. And apart from them, we have seen that some kind of bonds are formed between the drug receptor molecule, like covalent bond, which we can see when the drug receptor make a covalent bond. During that time, they are also responsible for create toxicity in our body. So there is the strongest bond, and ionic bond and van der Waals bond, dipole-dipole bond, and hydrogen bond. They are the bonds generally formed between the drugs. Now, these are the complete summary of this chapter. Now, multiple choice questions. We can see first question. Pharmacodynamic involve the study of following except. We should learn this question. This question will explain many more things. Except one, yeah, except means all these options are correct according to pharmacodynamic except one. एक को छोड़कर means biological and therapeutic effect of drug. Yes, biological and therapeutic effect we have discussed in pharmacodynamics. Mechanism of drug action is also discussed. In further class, we will discuss absorption and distribution of drug. No, absorption, distribution, metabolism, elimination. All these four parameters involve pharmacokinetic, not pharmacodynamic. So answer is B. And last one, drug interaction. Drug interaction is also seen in pharmacodynamics. An agonist is a substance that means, what is the definition of agonist? Agonist interact with the receptor without producing effect. If the means binding with the receptor and not produce response, that is antagonist. This is the definition of antagonist, not agonist. Interact with receptor and initiate the change in function and producing various effect. Yes, means this definition says that the interact with the receptor and produce therapeutic effect, that is called agonist. Increase the concentration of another substance to produce effect. No. Interact with the plasma protein and doesn't produce any effect. No. So answer is B. Now next one. If an agonist can produce submaximal effect and has moderate efficacy is called. Means if the agonist can produce submaximal effect and has moderate efficacy is called partial agonist, antagonist, agonist antagonist, or agonist. So if the drug is bind with the receptor and change slightly in conformation, that is called submaximal. So submaximal effect is always shown by the partial agonist. What phenomena can occur in case of using a combination of drugs? What phenomena can occur in case of using a combination of drugs? The answer is synergism, B. Now, in next one, entry of a drug in the CNS is enhanced if the drug is entry of a drug in the CNS is enhanced if the drug is ionized, more lipid soluble, less lipid soluble, highly plasma. If the drug needs to penetrate the CNS, drug should be more lipid soluble. Pharmacodynamic involve the study of following except in pharmacodynamic involve answer is absorption and distribution, except means answer is B. An antagonist is the substance that simply interact with the receptor and change in the cell function and producing the various effect. If an agonist can produce a maximal effect or moderate effect, that is called partial agonist. So these are the questions. Okay, last one. What phenomena can occur in case of using combination? When we are using two drugs in combination, that effect is called synergism. In tachyphylaxis, that is called down regulation of drug. Down regulation means we can say when the drug is bind with the receptor continuously and receptor are going to desensitize, that is called tachyphylaxis. Accumulation means when the drug is going to accumulate in adipose tissue, so that time the tolerance is created in our body, so we need more doses, more amount of dose for therapeutic effect. Suppose 200 mg we are taking, and sometime after some time we have seen that the 200 mg is not sufficient, we need 400 mg, here 300 mg, so the concentration of drug is increased in our body. So that is why for the accumulation of the drug and tolerance, both are the a little bit same thing, but in accumulation the drug is going to deposited in adipose tissue, that is called accumulation. So these are the questions which we have discussed. First, we have discussed regarding theories of receptors, and second one thing we have discussed regarding uh, all hydrogen bond means bonding which is available. Third one thing, there are some terminology like affinity, efficacy, potency, ligand, all these terms which we have discussed in this topic. So this is our topic. Thank you.